As everyone knows, Mount Chua is one of the four great Buddhist mountains in China, and it's the sacred site of Kshetagarbha Bodhisattva. This is the gilded bronze statue of Kshetagarbha Bodhisattva on Mount Chua, standing 99 meters tall. In his left hand, he holds a wish-fulfilling jewel, bringing light to the world. In his right hand, he holds a staff of boundless power, sweeping away all evil. Kshetagarbha Bodhisattva, under the command of the Buddha, saves all sentient beings, helping them escape the sea of suffering and reach the pure land of ultimate bliss. Standing in the Baishu Palace scenic area at an altitude of 871 meters, we look across to the Tiantai and Huatai peaks, which rise to 1300 meters. Atop the opposite mountain, there is a natural formation resembling a sleeping Buddha, fully and kindly lying among the peaks of Mount Chihua, looking at the mountain. Peaks across from us, from left to right, you can make out the throat, jaw, lips, nose and eyelashes. Even the facial muscles are clearly visible. The likeness is vivid and lifelike, with the face turned upward toward the sky, truly the most magical sight on Mount Chihua. As the saying goes, a mountain need not be high, it becomes famous if an immortal dwells there. With the blessing of the celestial sleeping Buddha, Mount Chihua is destined to possess the sacred qualities of a Buddhist holy land. Passing through this tall mountain gate, we arrive at the most famous site on Mount Chihua, the Hall of the Sacred Body, also known as the Hall of the True Body, the Hall of the Flesh Body, or the Flesh Body Pagoda. Its original name was the Golden Kshetagarbha Pagoda, and it is located on Shengguang Ridge of Mount Chihua. This is the main place of pilgrimage for Buddhist devotees visiting Mount Chihua. Unlike ordinary Buddhist temples, this hall enshrines the true body of Kshetagarbha Bodhisattva. Entering the mountain gate, you are greeted by a two-story hexagonal pavilion, inside which sits a statue of Maitreya Buddha. According to Buddhist legend, Maitreya Buddha is the Bodhisattva who will succeed Shakyamuni Buddha and become the Buddha of the future. The image of Maitreya Buddha in Tibetan Buddhism differs from that in mainland Chinese Buddhism. It is said that this ever-smiling Maitreya Buddha was modeled after the image of the monk Shikai from the 5 Dynasties period. Maitreya Buddha is renowned for his sense of humor and vast knowledge and is considered the originator of the ancient Indian yoga posture. Walking past the Maitreya Pavilion, directly ahead and up the tall steps is the Amitabha Hall. The 3-tiered pagoda shaped incense burner in front of the gallows design is unique and the craftsmanship exquisite. On each corner of every tier there is a dragon, each holding a wind chime in its mouth. It is truly a superbly crafted ritual object among temple artifacts. On these tall steps there is a massive stone carving of a dragon pattern, highlighting the noble status and imposing presence of the Maitreya Hall, especially when you look up at the Maitreya Hall from in front of this stone carving. It appears like a celestial palace, majestic and extraordinary, inspiring orb. Inside the Amitabha Hall, Amitabha Buddha is enshrined. He is also known as the Buddha of infinite light, infinite life and immeasurable life. Amitabha Buddha is an extremely compassionate Buddha who promises that all sentient beings, as long as they recite his name, can gain the opportunity to be reborn in the pure land of ultimate bliss and attain eternal liberation. Nemo means respect and reverence. Namo Amitabha means the revered and respected Amitabha Buddha. Reciting this sutra can help your wishes come true. Passing through the Amitabha Hall, you'll find the Dijangchang Temple at the top of the tall steps ahead. In short, once you enter the gate of the Moon Body Treasure Hall, you just keep climbing upward. As the name suggests, Dijangchang Temple is a monastery dedicated to Kshetagarbha Bodhisattva. It was built during the Zilong era of the Southern Song dynasty and has a history of over 800 years. In the center of the main hall stands a statue of Kshetagarbha Bodhisattva with the Emperor of Fengdu on the right and the Emperor of Donjiu on the left. Since ancient times, there has been a saying, if you go to Lanshan to burn incense but do not visit Juhua Dishan Temple, your merit is only half complete. After passing through Dishanchang Temple, you still need to climb dozens more steps to reach the Moon Body Treasure Hall, also known as the Flesh Body Pagoda. In the 4th year of the Yonghui era of Emperor Gaizong of the Tang Dynasty, which is 653 AD, a prince from the royal family of Silla named Qin Shaozawai sailed to China when he arrived at Juhua Mountain and saw its serene and mysterious landscapes. He began to devote himself to ascetic cultivation deep in the mountains. The local gentry, Minggong and his son Yinrong, built the first temple for him, and both father and son became disciples of Kim Chao Jun. We climb up the steps, and ahead of us, the red corner tower is the bell tower of the Moon Body Hall. Of course, there is also a drum tower in a symmetrical position to the west. As the saying goes, wooden bones in the Sittite bell tower and drum tower are standard features of Buddhist temples. We finally reached the front terrace of the Moon Body Hall. In front of us is the drum tower and directly ahead is the incense burner. Developed Buddhist believers are burning incense and making offerings. Over here is the bell tower and the path up the mountain passes right through it. This is the Moon Body Hall everyone's anticipated. It faces south back to north. A two-stirpale style wooden structure with upturned eaves. In 794 AD, the 10th year of Genuan era of Tang dynasty, Jinkyo Zui at 99 attained nirvana here. Look ahead, the plaque reads National Guardian Moon Body Pagoda. The golden plaque below says the number 1 mountain in the southeast. It is said that Jinkyo Zui had a unique appearance with an unusually high cranial bone, exceptional arm strength, a kind heart and remarkable intelligence. He passed away in a meditative posture inside a casket. 3 years later, when it was opened, his body was intact and lifelike. The monks believed he was a manifestation of Siddhikarbha Bodhisattva, so they built a stone pagoda and enshrined his body inside. Look, the true body of Jindasan Bodhisattva is inside this pagoda, respectfully referred to as Jindasan, and built this temple which was named the Moon Body Hall or the Flesh Body Hall. Therefore, whether you are a tourist or a devotee, when you come to Mount Juhua, you must pay respects at the Moon Body Hall. As the local saying in Mount Juhua goes, if you haven't been to the Moon Body Hall, you haven't seen the Bodhisattva. But even if you reach the Moon Body Hall, you still won't see the Bodhisattva. From the moment you enter the mountain gate, you need to climb 99 steps to reach the location of the pagoda, because Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva passed away at the age of 99, with his body remaining incorrupt and being fully enshrined in the pagoda, is regarded as possessing great filial piety and great vows. For this reason, he is also respectfully called the Great Vakishatigarba Bodhisattva. As everyone knows, Juhua is the sacred site of Shatagarba Bodhisattva. However, in the backyard of the meditation hall on Mount Juhua, there is a dripping water Guanyin scenic spot. In the pavilion at the front stands the only dripping water Guanyin statue on Mount Juhua, and beneath the statue is a golden sunscreen that flows all year round without drying up. The green tree next to the Guanyin pavilion is the money tree, one of the 3 treasures of Mount Juhua. It has it that the 3 characters golden sand spring carved on stone were written by Levi. If you look at the jade purification base in the hand of the Guanyin statue, that is where the water of the golden sand spring flows out. People line up in long queues to collect the holy water for washing their faces and drinking. It is said that washing your face with it sharpens your hearing and vision, and drinking it benefits your heart and lungs. Here you see the famous Hwaking Temple. It was built during the Yuan period of the Tang dynasty, when Shetagarbha Bodhisattva Kimchok came to Manjupira to spread the teachings. The locals built this temple for him during the Wanli period of the Ming dynasty. Emperor Shenzong Juyi-Jun visited here twice, bestowed imperial sutras, and had a grand sutra depository built within the temple to house them. Kimchok was the first abbot of Hua Chen Temple after its completion. His reputation grew day by day and the number of increased steadily. Yet Kimchok I continued to practice asceticism and cultivate himself diligently as always, and his virtue earned deep respect from both the monastic and lay communities. Because Kimchok I was a devout follower of Shitagarbha Bodhisattva during his lifetime and also bore a striking resemblance to him, he was regarded as the reincarnation of Shitagarbha. Therefore, in China, Shitagarbha Bodhisattva is also called Jindijang or Dijang Wang. This is a true fusion of the physical and the Dharma body, highlighting the great vow to not attain Buddhahood until the hells are empty. As everyone knows, Mount Butai is the sacred site of Manjushri Bodhisattva, Mount Emai is the sacred site of Samantabhadra Bodhisattva, Mount Pudu is the sacred site of Guanyin Bodhisattva, and Mount Juhua is the sacred site of Shitagarbha Bodhisattva. Whether you are a tourist or a devotee, you should try to visit the 4 great Buddhist mountains at least once in your lifetime. Coming here will purify your soul and bring southern insight into life.